President Nicolas Maduro has said Mr. Snowden would be welcome in Venezuela. The problem is getting there. The Ecuadorian and Bolivian presidents also remain sympathetic.
No tiene ninguna acusación internacional.
Mr. Snowden isn't subject to any international prosecution. There's no warrant for his arrest by anyone like Interpol at a global level.
Edward Snowden could spend up to a year in Russia and then go to Latin America. But as Dostoevsky said,
that might be the subject of a new story, but our present story is ended.
Right before we were coming on the air, Edward Snowden, we found out, is now a Russian citizen. President Vladimir Putin signing a decree today granting that citizenship to Snowden, the former NSA contractor behind what a House investigation found to be the most damaging leak, they said, of classified information in this country's history. Snowden had been in exile in Russia for 9 years. But the State Department spokesperson saying today he's still a U.S. citizen, too, they believe, while making this point about Snowden's new Russian citizenship. Watch.
Mr. Snowden should return to the United States, where he should face justice as any other American citizen would. Perhaps the only thing that has changed is that as a result of his Russian citizenship, apparently now he may well be conscripted to fight in Russia's war in Ukraine.
NBC's Priscilla Thompson is live with us now from London. Priscilla, Snowden's lawyer, I think, is knocking that down, right? Basically saying, no, he's not going to get called up to fight, but this idea of citizenship is a significant one for Snowden.
Right. Snowden's attorney is saying that he's not going to be called up to fight because he doesn't have any previous military experience in Russia. And so they don't view that as an issue for him. And that's according to a statement that is being reported by Russian state media. And Snowden, for his part, has said that he would not denounce his U.S. citizenship. So the expectation is that he would have dual citizenship in both the U.S. and Russia. But he has said previously that having this Russian citizenship would allow him to be able to cross borders more freely with his wife and also his young son who was born in Russia. He tweeted about this a few years ago, writing, "After years of separation from our parents, my wife and I have no desire to be separated from our son. That's why in this era of pandemics and closed borders, we're applying for dual U.S.-Russian citizenship," adding, "Lindsay and I will remain Americans, raising our son with all the values of the America we love, including the freedom to speak his mind. And I look forward to the day I can return to the States so the whole family can be reunited." And Snowden tweeted that back in 2020 whenever he was granted permanent residency in Russia. And that was also the time that he announced he would seek full Russian citizenship. But as you mentioned, he fled the United States 9 years ago. This comes 9 years after all of this began to unfold, but he is still a wanted man here in the United States.
We have moved into a time where people care much more deeply about feelings than they do about facts. And this is a dangerous moment for democracies because people believe that once we have achieved and established a free and open society, that it will remain that way and will always be there. But the reality is things can backslide very quickly, and we have seen democracies fall in just a matter of a few years.